Right guys, welcome back to another video. So, in today's video, yeah, we're going to be making a start on the C20LET Corsa B. So I'm going to jump in the shed and I'll kind of rattle off what the plan is. Right, so yeah, I'm finally home and yes, we need to get started on the C20LET. So, there's just so much to do. Last night, for example, I had the camshafts and the hydraulic lifters in the house. This was the night that I got home. And I was just giving them a clean up and polishing up the lobes and just things like that. And I've got the hydraulic lifters sitting in oil at the moment because some of the tappets inside the lifters were a little bit stiff. That's probably because they've been sitting for a while. But basically in this video we need to basically prep everything for the head going on. So the first thing I'm going to do is I need to go over all the wiring in the engine bay. So, and basically like if I need bare wires I need to like wrap them up. And I've got Tesa tape, and in case anyone doesn't know what that is this really good, I don't even know what you call it really, but it protects wiring and it makes it look really presentable as well. So I'm going to go over all the engine bay wiring with that as well, and just check everything over before putting all the ancillaries on. It's better to do things properly. I've checked the head over, that's kind of fine. Small things such as the intake manifold, I need to obviously clean that up. I've got like carb cleaner up there, brake cleaner, electrical cleaner, everything I need to basically get everything as it should be. Oh, something else I need to mention as well. So I've got a C20LET head gasket to go on as well, and I was told also you need to drill out some rivets. So I think once I've sorted out all the wiring in the engine bay, depending on what time it is, and I need to basically put the C20LET head gasket onto the block and maybe even marry up the cylinder head onto it, just so I can maybe see where and what rivets I need to drill out, because the C20LET head gasket is a multi-layer steel one, and this is the standard C20LET head gasket, and it's nowhere near as good as the C20LET one anyway. But this should make for a very good video. So if you do enjoy this video, then please give it a thumbs up, and if you're new to this channel, then subscribe. But with that being said, let's crack on with today's video. Yes guys, so here we are in the engine bay now. As I said, when I first got this car, the owner removed the cylinder head and replaced the valve stem oil seals, and he also got a brand new hybrid turbo. Now this engine is forged, so I'll just show you that quickly. I can't remember what they call it. I think they're mal pistons, but as you can see, if that's all pistons, everything's nice and clean. I can't remember the size of these pistons, but I mean, and we've got APR head studs as well, so obviously everything's good to go really. But anyway, it's just the wiring you need to sort out, because I mean it's like a bird's nest and I don't really know what everything's for. Plus there's like bare bits of wiring here, and I'm just not happy with some of the wiring, so I'm basically going to go through it all and go over it all with Tesa tape, which I'll show you in a second. Now this is Tesa tape. Now this stuff is really good. I'll show you what it looks like when it's on, but for now let's get started with this wiring. Right, so here's the first kind of problem I've found so far. Now basically this wire here, someone has basically, I think the camera focusing, someone's literally just wrapped the wires around each other, so that's obviously not good. So this wasn't done by Sean himself. This whole engine conversion was done by a previous owner, but it wasn't Sean. I want to make that clear, because obviously he does things properly, he wouldn't do something like this, but I need to sort this. So I'm just going to put a wee block connector in there for the time being, because that is just not really like adequate. So I'll put a block connector on that, and then we'll put it Tesa tape over it so it's all protected. Right, that's a bit of wiring sorted out now. Now as you can see, this Tesa tape actually looks really nice. I'm not sure you see on camera, and probably the camera won't do justice anyway, but as you can see, that's that wire all protected now. I'm not going to bother stripping all this back and doing that as well, because this has already got protector on it and it's in good condition, so that's fine. It's just the actual bare wires that I'm going to go over with Tesa tape. The wiring here that I'll go over with Tesa tape, like I see that's like a that wire's got no protection, same as there, that's got no protection there, so I'm going to make sure all that's protected so there's no wiring issues in the future, and same with bits and bobs here. But anyway, I'm not going to bore you with all this kind of tedious stuff, so I'm going to get all this wiring sorted and I'll be back with the camera when I'm done. Right guys, so we're slowly getting there. I'll quickly show you what I've done so far. I've done all this kind of wiring loom here, this kind of long wire here that goes to the starter motor, that's all been done in Tesa tape as well. The loom bit here has some bare wires on it, you may remember, I've done that as well. And just here, I've done that all as well, so it's all protected and it looks good as well. Same as this kind of the coolant temperature sensor, this had some bare wires on it here, and I've gone over that as well. I'm going to remove all this kind of nasty tape and put some proper stuff on it too, obviously the Tesa tape. So that's just a wee update. I'll bring back the camera when I'm finished. Right, so starting to get a bit more organised now. So now this main bit of wiring loom here, as you can see, that's all been done and a lot more organised, and I think we'll agree that looks much better. Obviously, it's a bit of a kind of mess here, obviously, because obviously the head's off, so there's wiring all over the place, but once the cylinder head is on, everything will come into place. So now I think the wiring's done, I'm going to have a wee think off camera and see what else I can do. Right, now, there's a few things to bear in mind about this car. Now, so there's a few things that need to be done after the car's put back together again and running, such as the fan on this car, which is an aftermarket one, and it's got an alloy radiator and things like that. We need to wire the fan to a switch inside the car. And something else, I know I just changed the subject, but something else I need to mention. Now, you won't see because it's actually stamped down there, but this is actually a C20XE block, which is actually stronger than the original C20LET block. So this block has actually been converted for a turbocharger. The similarities between the C20XE and the C20LET is very similar, so the next thing I'm going to do is I want to remove the bumper, and basically because there's some things here that I want to try and sort, such as that needs mounted somewhere, this bracket needs sorted out, and just need to check out everything in behind here, make sure everything's okay. So let's get the bumper off and crack on. Welcome to Scotland. It is absolutely pissing down rain, my camera's getting soaked. So the front mount is actually mounted properly, the horn's mounted properly. I need to clean all this down as well, but for now I think I'm going to go for a burger and hopefully this weather dies down. But we do have things to do inside the shed. So we have the intake manifold here, it needs cleaned, so let me show you what needs cleaned and then we'll just see how good we can get it up really, because since everything is actually off the car, it makes sense to just get everything in good order and just clean, just so everything's good for going back on. So I'm not sure you can see because it's quite dark in the shed, but anyway, here is obviously the top hat, and inside it's just grimy, and as I'm not showing on camera, but yeah, it's pretty grim to be fair. Same with the throttle body, it's quite dirty in there as well, does need a good clean, got a bit of oil deposits on it. So I'm probably going to remove the throttle body, and obviously I'm going to buy brand new gaskets for it anyway. So let's remove the throttle body and give this all a good clean. We've got carb cleaner there, everything we need, so let's crack on. Right, that's the top hat, a little bit cleaner as well. All that grime's gone from the inside. Now, I know this is all kind of boring stuff, but it's kind of all part of the build really. I want this kind of to be a proper kind of like, you know, documentation of everything I'm doing on this car, so even all the kind of boring, nitty gritty stuff I'm going to film, just so obviously I don't miss anything out and all that. It just makes for kind of better content really. Yeah, can I just say, right, off camera I'm probably going to actually deep clean this intake manifold as well, because I'm not going to be funny, right, like it's pretty grim. I mean, I'm not putting this back in the car, it's just filthy. Anyway, for now, let's clean that throttle body. Right, that's the throttle body done and clean now. I'm not gonna lie, it's actually come out really nice. I still need to get the remaining bits of the gasket off, and I might kind of just get some metal polish and do the inside of the throttle body so it's nice and shiny and smooth. But apart from that, I'll just see on camera, but it's actually a lot cleaner. Yeah, really happy with that. Looks so much better rather than being covered in grime and crap. So on Thursday, I'm hoping to have the cylinder head on the car. So I'm basically getting the car prepared for that happening. So like I said, I'm going to get C20LET gasket, all the kind of rivets drilled out for that. I'll probably do that tomorrow. But right now, while the cylinder head is off and we have room in the engine bay, I'm going to go and wash down the engine bay. Don't worry, the block I think has got us covered, all the electronics are covered as well. So with that being said, let's go out there, get the front end of the car rinsed down, so like basically all behind the engine bay, the bulkhead, again behind the front bumper, which obviously I already removed the front bumper. So this car is incredibly clean, it's never been welded. So that being said, let's get the hose out and crack on. Right, so it's had a clean, and what a difference. I mean, just look at how clean this car is, guys. Jesus Christ. I mean, look at that. This car is ridiculously clean. Just show you down here, look at that front, look at that. Even down here, look. Super clean. Also, I did the engine bay as well, and like the bulkhead. Again, the bulkhead, everything there is super clean. I'm not sure if the camera does justice or not, but yeah, everything's sorted really. So yeah, again, all the wiring sorted, engine bay's clean. So now it's pretty much ready to have this on the head installed. But I think maybe tomorrow I need to try and get the C20LET gasket ready to go on the head as well. Not much left to be done really. But yeah, the engine bay is nice and clean now. It's quite a bit of a weird ending to the video. I'm actually going to end this video here. I actually forgot to do an outro to this video, and I wasn't planning on doing anything else after cleaning the car anyway. But in the next video, you'll probably see the cylinder head being installed, as well as the C20LET head gasket. So you'll probably see me drilling out the rivets if that needs done in the next video, not in this video. Even though I did say I would do it in this video, but I'm not going to do it, unfortunately, but I do apologise for that. So anyway, I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next video, where we'll be hopefully installing the cylinder head, and obviously the C20LET head gasket, and probably all the timing belt kit and all that kind of stuff. So see you again, I'll see you guys in the next video.